Flying while pregnant. Pro tips for safe and comfortable travel. Let's be real. Traveling can be a headache on a normal day. Now add a baby bump, swollen ankles, unpredictable cravings, and the not so fun game of where's the nearest restroom. Flying while pregnant doesn't have to be scary or uncomfortable, but it does take a little planning. Whether you're heading off on a baby moon, traveling for work, or making one last trip to visit family before the big day, we've got you covered. Because when you're pregnant, it's not just about getting from point A to point B. It's about doing it safely, comfortably, and with as little stress as possible. In this video, we're counting down 10 pro tips for flying while pregnant, covering everything from the best seats on the plane to what to pack in your carry-on, and even when it might be better to skip the flight altogether. These aren't just generic hacks. We're talking real, practical advice for real-life travel during pregnancy, whether you're in your first trimester or pushing into your third. So if you've got a trip coming up and a belly that's along for the ride, don't worry. Let's make flying while pregnant way less overwhelming and a whole lot more comfortable. Let's get into it, starting with something most people overlook until it's too late. 10. Know when not to fly. Red flags you shouldn't ignore. Let's start with the most important tip of all. Know when to sit this one out. Yes, flying is usually safe during a healthy pregnancy, but there are situations where staying grounded is the smartest move you can make. If you're in your third trimester, especially after week 36, many airlines won't let you board without a doctor's note, or at all. And even if they do, it might not be worth the risk if labor could be around the corner. Other red flags include things like high blood pressure, preterm labor risk, placenta issues, or any recent complications. Bottom line, if your gut or your OB says maybe not, listen, that trip can wait. Flying can also be physically and emotionally draining, especially if you're navigating crowded airports, long connections, or turbulence that feels extra bumpy when you're already uncomfortable. And for international travel, it's not just about flying, it's about access to quality medical care at your destination. Would you feel safe if you had to visit a local hospital? Is your insurance valid there? Sometimes the best travel decision is choosing not to go. Your peace of mind and your baby's well-being come first. 9. Snack. Like a pro, small, frequent, and fiber-filled. Flying while pregnant means feeding too, and airplane food is, let's just say, not always bump approved. That's why snacking smart can make all the difference between a smooth flight and one filled with nausea, bloat, or blood sugar crashes. Here's the game plan. Bring your own snacks and think small, frequent, and fiber-filled. Pregnancy can slow down digestion, and sitting for hours doesn't help. So aim for snacks that are gentle on your stomach but keep you full. Think trail mix, whole grain crackers, fruit slices, string cheese, or protein bars. Bonus points if they're high in fiber to keep things moving. Yes, we're talking about constipation because it's real and the altitude doesn't help. Avoid heavy, greasy foods before and during your flight. They can make nausea worse or leave you feeling sluggish. And try to eat every couple of hours. Even just a handful of almonds or dried fruit can keep your blood sugar stable and your energy up. Oh, and don't forget the mints or ginger chews. They're a lifesaver for queasy moments or dry mouth. So snack like a seasoned traveler and a savvy mom-to-be. Because when you're flying for hours, a well-timed granola bar might be the real MVP. 8. Use noise canceling and neck support for rest. Let's be honest, sleeping on a plane is hard enough. Now add a growing belly, back tension, and a cabin full of chatty passengers and crying babies. Yeah, rest doesn't come easy. That's why rest tools are essential when you're flying while pregnant. First up, a good neck pillow. Not the cheap inflatable kind. Get something soft, supportive, and structured enough to keep your head from flopping sideways. It helps with posture, reduces neck strain, and makes those short naps way more bearable. Some moms-to-be also swear by lumbar pillows or even a small rolled up blanket behind the lower back for added comfort. Next, noise-canceling headphones or earbuds. Game changer. Drown out engine noise, gate announcements, or that guy 2 rows back who refuses to whisper. Whether you're listening to music, a guided meditation, or just embracing pure silence, this one upgrade can seriously reduce your stress levels. Also, bring an eye mask and socks. Dim the lights, keep your feet warm, and signal to your brain it's time to chill. Even if you're cruising at 35,000 feet. When you're pregnant, rest is recovery and rest On a plane, it's survival, so don't just hope for comfort, pack for it. 7. Pack a pregnancy go bag for your carry-on. Let's be real, when you're pregnant, your body is on its own schedule. 1 minute you're fine, the next minute you need lotion, snacks, and a bathroom. Now, that's why you need a pregnancy go bag in your carry-on. Think of it as your in-flight survival kit. What goes in it? Start with the basics. Prenatal vitamins and any medications you might need mid-flight. Compression socks. Yes, they're stylish now for circulation. Lip balm and lotion for dry cabin air, tissues, wet wipes, and hand sanitizer because, well, everything. A refillable water bottle to stay hydrated. Snacks. See tip number 9, a printed list of emergency contacts and medical info just in case. And don't forget a copy of your doctor's note or pregnancy letter if you're in the later stages. Especially for international travel. Some airlines may ask for it, even if they said they wouldn't. The goal? Keep all your pregnancy essentials within arm's reach. No digging through your bag under the seat while doing belly yoga in row 18. Having a well-packed go bag gives you peace of mind, because when you're 30,000 feet in the air, comfort and convenience are everything. 6. Move often to avoid circulation risks. Here's a big one that doesn't get talked about enough. You've got to keep moving during the flight. Why? Because pregnancy increases your risk of blood clots, especially on long flights. Add hours of sitting in a cramped seat and it's a recipe for swollen ankles, or worse, deep vein thrombosis, DVT. Now don't panic. The solution isn't complicated. Every hour or so, get up and walk the aisle. Even just a slow stroll to the restroom and back helps keep your circulation going. Bonus points for stretching your calves or rotating your ankles a few times while you stand. If you can't get up because of turbulence or a sleeping seatmate, you can still stay active in your seat. Flex your feet, wiggle your toes, and lift your heels. It might feel silly, but it works. Also consider compression socks. They boost circulation and help prevent swelling, especially during longer flights. They're not glamorous, but your legs will thank you when you land. Pro tip, book an aisle seat. More on that in tip number 8, so you can get up easily without climbing over people. You'll feel more in control and less trapped. Flying pregnant isn't about being still. It's about being smartly mobile. A little movement goes a long way toward a safe, healthy trip. 5. Hydration is non-negotiable. You've heard it before. Drink plenty of water when you're pregnant. Now add dry cabin air, pressurized cabins, and sitting for hours, and suddenly, hydration goes from helpful to non-negotiable. Flying can dehydrate you quickly, and when you're pregnant, that's even more of a problem. Dehydration can lead to fatigue, headaches, swelling, and even increase the risk of Braxton Hicks contractions, which no one wants at 35,000 feet. So what's the move? Bring a refillable water bottle. Yes, you can bring it through security empty and fill it up at a water station, or ask a flight attendant after boarding. Then aim to sip constantly, even if you don't feel thirsty. A few sips every 15 to 20 minutes adds up. Avoid coffee, soda, and anything with caffeine if you can. They're sneaky dehydrators. And while it might mean more trips to the lavatory, which actually helps you stretch, see tip number 6, your body and baby will thank you. Pro tip, add a slice of lemon or bring an electrolyte tablet. Pregnancy safe, of course, for flavor and bonus hydration power. The bottom line, on a plane, water isn't just a comfort item. Tea's part of your pregnancy travel toolkit. Keep sipping, keep glowing, and keep those headaches far, far away. 4. Dress smart. Think layers, stretch, and slip-ons. What you wear on the plane can seriously make or break your flying experience, especially when you're pregnant. Comfort isn't just a luxury now, it's a strategy. And yes, you can be comfortable and cute. Rule number 1, stretchy is your best friend. Whether you're 12 weeks or 32 weeks, your body is changing, and airplane seats aren't exactly designed with pregnant people in mind. Go for maternity leggings, joggers, or soft maxi dresses. Anything that moves with you, not against you. Avoid stiff waistbands, underwires, or anything that digs in when you sit for hours. If you're dealing with bloating or swelling, hello ankles, you'll want clothes that give you room to breathe. Next, layers are key. Airplane cabins can swing from sauna to snowstorm in a matter of minutes. Bring a soft cardigan, hoodie, or even a large scarf that doubles as a blanket. You want options you can add or peel off depending on how warm or freezing the cabin gets. Bonus, a hoodie can give you a little privacy for a mid-flight nap or just zoning out. And let's talk shoes. Slip-ons only. Skip anything with laces, buckles, or anything that requires flexibility you might not have at 35,000 feet. Your feet may swell during the flight, so opt for roomy sneakers, cushioned flats, or even comfy sandals. with stretch. The easier they are to get on and off, the better, especially during security checks. Don't forget, compression socks count as part of the outfit too. See tip number 6. They're not just functional, they now come in tons of stylish patterns if you want to elevate the look while protecting your legs from swelling. In short, think cozy, breathable, and flexible. This isn't the time for skinny jeans and fashion risks. Your mission is comfort with confidence. Because when your outfit works with your body, not against it, the whole flight just feels easier. From seatbelt buckle to baggage claim. 3. Choose the right seat. Hint, it's not the window. Let's talk about airplane seating strategy. Because when you're pregnant, where you sit matters more than ever. And no offense to the view lovers out there, but the window seat is not your friend right now. Why? Because getting in and out of that seat, especially with a growing belly and possibly a bladder that's clocking in overtime, is not fun. Climbing over 2 strangers every time you need to stretch, pee, or adjust your waistband isn't exactly the relaxing experience we're going for. Instead, go for the aisle seat every single time. It gives you freedom to move, quick access to the bathroom. You will go more than once and makes it easier to get up and stretch your legs. It's also just mentally more freeing, not feeling trapped. Can ease travel anxiety and make the whole trip smoother. If you can snag a seat in the bulkhead row, even better. These usually have extra leg room and no seat in front of you, giving your legs and your belly a little breathing space. Just know you may not be able to keep a bag at your feet during takeoff and landing. Also, try to avoid the very back of the plane. That's where the cabin tends to be bumpiest during turbulence. It's closer to the engines, aka louder, and it's usually the last to deplane, which can be rough if you're tired and swollen after a long flight. Want the ultimate seat hack? Book a row with 2 empty seats and pick the aisle. Odds are lower someone will want the middle, and if the flight isn't full, you just scored bonus space. At the end of the day, choosing the right seat is about control and comfort. You'll feel less cramped, more in charge, and way more relaxed when you're not boxed in by strangers or seats that don't bend. 2. Get medical clearance, even if it's not required. Here's a tip that's not glamorous, but incredibly important. Talk to your doctor before you fly, even if the airline doesn't require it. Even if you feel totally fine, even if it's just a short flight. Why? Because pregnancy is unpredictable and flying adds a few extra variables you want to be ahead of, not caught off guard by. Most airlines don't require medical clearance unless you're in your 3rd trimester, usually after 28 to 36 weeks, depending on the airline and route. Some may ask for a doctor's letter confirming your due date and that you're fit to fly. Others only require it for international flights or late-stage pregnancies. But even if it's optional, it's still smart. Having that note in your carry-on can prevent unnecessary delays if gate agents raise questions, or if you run into unexpected complications mid-trip. Plus, your doctor may offer personalized travel tips based on your stage of pregnancy, like how to manage swelling, nausea, or which medications are safe to bring. More importantly, your OB or midwife can spot any red flags that could make flying risky, like high blood pressure, preterm labor risk, or placenta complications. If anything looks off, better to find out at home than 30,000 feet in the air or at a hospital abroad. For international travel, it's even more crucial. Some countries won't admit visibly pregnant travelers past a certain point without documentation. And if an airline refuses to board you, yes, it happens. Having a signed medical letter could be the difference between getting on that flight or watching it leave without you. So yes, even if you feel totally fine, get the green light from your provider. It takes 10 minutes, gives you peace of mind, and makes you look like the well-prepared, super capable mama-to-be that you are. 1. Check airline rules for pregnant passengers. They're not all the same. Before you even book your flight, check the airline's pregnancy policy. Because here's the thing, they're not all the same, not even close. Some airlines allow you to fly up to 36 weeks with no questions asked. Others require a doctor's letter after week 28. A few international carriers have even stricter rules, especially if you're carrying twins or have a high-risk pregnancy. And it's not just about flying. Some airlines will refuse boarding if they believe you're too far along or if you don't have the required paperwork. No one wants a surprise gate drama when you're already tired and trying to stay comfortable. So before clicking book, head to the airline's website and find their pregnancy travel policy, usually in the health or special assistance section. When in doubt, Call customer service and ask directly. A few minutes of research now can save you hours of stress later. And there you have it. 10 pro tips to help you fly safer, smarter, and way more comfortably while pregnant. Whether it's your first trimester or you're almost there, the right prep can turn a stressful trip into a smooth one. Remember, listen to your body, ask questions, and plan ahead. Comfort, hydration, movement, and a little strategy go a long way in the sky. If you found this helpful, give it a like, hit subscribe, and share it with another mama-to-be who's planning a trip soon. Until next time, wishing you happy travels and healthy landings.